All right, welcome to FoodTokTV. My name is Benjamin. You're on the Thursday show, Chopping It Up with Father. My name is Benjamin. Glad to be here. We are kind of cooking Christmas breakfast. So for the next 3 Thursdays before Christmas, I thought I would do very similar to what I did on Thanksgiving, where what I did was I gave you ideas of things that you can maybe do for Christmas. So we're talking about maybe Christmas Eve like breakfast, Christmas Eve lunch, Christmas dinner, Christmas Eve, Christmas breakfast, Christmas lunch, Christmas dinner, whatever. Or you can use just recipes you can use any single day that you want to. But if you're here, let me know where you're from. I'd appreciate it. My name is Benjamin. Let's start get going. So who here does Christmas breakfast? So these, like I said, these are ideas of what you could do on Christmas morning. In my house, we like to do a nice big Christmas breakfast. Do any of you like to do stuff like that? If you do, let me know. Hey, I bought the Lucy Go. Oh, did you? Yeah, oh, perfect. How were they? Did you like them? Hey, the Realm Say, Mustard Queen, how you doing? So first, I'm going to start off. Daisy Dogs, how you doing? Marie, did you like them? I appreciate everyone. Let me know where they're from. Let me know how their day is going as well. So I am starting off with doing something. Okay, I gotta pronounce this correctly. I am macerating berries. Okay, you gotta hear me correctly. Macerating. Okay, so you gotta understand that. I don't need you reporting saying, "Hey, this guy was doing something weird." It's macerating. Have any of you ever macerated berries before? Let me know. Have 29 here, snow last night. Wow. Have any of you ever macerated berries before? I'm gonna be macerating blueberries. What I'm doing is I'm smashing up half of them kind of softly, and then I'm going to be adding some stuff in there that's going to help give it a nice syrup. So has anyone ever done this before where you macerate blueberries? You make a syrup out of it pretty much by keeping it at room temperature and adding a few things to it. So here's what I'm going to do. Blueberries are there. I'm going to take some orange liqueur. Orange liqueur. Okay. If you don't like orange liqueur, you could do some lemon juice. I actually still gonna do lemon juice, but I'm using an orange liqueur cognac. Perfect. Then I am gonna actually use some sugar. I'm actually using vanilla sugar. So here's how I have vanilla sugar. Some of you might say, well, how is that possible? How do you get vanilla sugar? So I buy vanilla extract, right? I pour it into a nice glass bottle. The bottle still has vanilla in it, essence in it. So I fill it with sugar until the sugar absorbs all the vanilla. So that's how I do it. So now my sugar when I put this in my coffee, it absorbs all of the vanilla. So it's kind of a cheap way to do something. That makes sense. Has anyone ever done something like this before? But hopefully, if you're having a great day today, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you're having a good day today. I would appreciate knowing. Let me know where you're from. Watching from Michigan. My day is cold, windy. In Arizona, I'm at 62 degrees right now, but we have full sun. So, gonna take some lemon juice. Give it some lemon juice. So what's going to happen by doing this, I'm just going to keep mixing this up. And in the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes, there's going to be a nice syrup. It's already getting kind of like a little syrupy, but with the orange liqueur, the sugar, me bruising up some of the blueberries, this will make a nice topping that I will do. So all I'm going to do right now, set this aside. I'm going to put this over here and let it do its own thing. So my goal is to also cook breakfast potatoes. Like I said, I am doing Christmas breakfast. I'm showing you some ideas of what you guys can be doing. So just like November, I had 3 Thursdays before Thanksgiving. And what I did is I kind of showed you ideas of what I would do for Thanksgiving. Same concept's gonna be for this month in December. There's 3 Thursdays before Christmas for me. I'll be showing you some ideas of what I would do. This morning is gonna be Christmas breakfast. In our house, we like to do a big Christmas breakfast. Now, I'm not going to be able to do the whole Christmas breakfast to show you, but I can show you some ideas what you're going to do, what you can do. I'm start off with just dicing up some Yukon potatoes. I feel that breakfast potatoes is always a good option to have. Do you guys like breakfast potatoes? Hey, how you doing from Florida? Do you guys like breakfast potatoes? So what I am doing, I'm dicing them and putting them all in a pot right here with cold water. Can anyone explain to me why I'm putting them in cold water? Can anyone explain to me why I'm trying to chop them all the same size too? Why are they all in cold water? Love breakfast. Oh, perfect. Good. So why am I putting them all breakfast? Why am I putting them all in cold water? Hey, Lena, how you doing? So they cook evenly. Yes, they do. So what happens is what I see some people do. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but just if you guys have ever tried boiling water and then adding potatoes in there, well, first what happens when you throw the potato in, the water splats and you're having hot water hit you. So, so you, so that's one problem. Second problem is what happens also is that when you do that, the outside of the potato gets shocked. The inside does not get cooked all the way. So the outside will get cooked. So that's why sometimes when you ever bite into a potato, the outside is cooked, but the inside is raw. That's the reason why. And then also, yes, this prevents it from turning brown too. So you could actually do this a day in advance. So that is correct. You're all correct on that. Now I'm not going to need all the potatoes I thought I would need, so that's okay. And so put these in here. This is my last one. Now, one thing I'm going to do is make sure I have enough water covering them. Okay, salt. Always season your food as you go. Salt my potatoes. Okay, I'm gonna put it on a burner back here. Put it on a medium heat. And let me get rid of my cutting board right here. And get the next thing out. And I need to actually work on making a batter for French toast. So that's the goal right now. Who in here likes French toast? Let me know in the chat if you all like French toast. Because I do. And I'm going to be making a Christmas French toast. Hey, what's going on, Chris? Tap the screen. Yeah, if you guys are able to tap, I see that we're at 5.8 taps. Let's see if we get to 10 in the next 10 minutes. What do you guys say? So here's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to use for putting my batter in. I have 4 eggs right here. I need to put some plastic wrap out. The reason why I do this is because it's either two things. I'm either lazy or I'm a genius. I'll let you determine. Okay? So here's what I do. The reason why I put the plastic wrap out is when I crack the eggs, I can put my shells right here, and I'm not getting my counter dirty. And all I gotta do is wrap up the plastic wrap, and it's one less thing for me to clean. So what do you guys think? Genius or lazy? Now, when you crack eggs, I always recommend cracking them on a flat surface. Here's the reason why. If you crack it on the side, well, first of all, if you want to keep the egg yolk whole, you're gonna break the egg yolk. What happens when you crack it on the side? All of the egg falls on the side, so now you have to clean the counter. So just so you know, that's just my opinion. But hey, so I'm a genius. Okay, perfect. So here I go. Look at this. There we go. That's my cleanup process. And now, because my right hand did touch the egg, I am going to wash my hands. Always make sure you wash your hands. I am both. Okay, I would agree with that. That's probably the most accurate thing I think anyone can say. I am both. Okay, one thing I am going to also do too is who in here likes bacon? Who in here likes bacon? So I have a sheet pan right here with bacon, or a sheet pan with foil and a rack. And I'm going to put some bacon on here. I bet I always piece of paper. I put always a piece of paper towel. Oh, you put a piece of paper towel on what? Like when you crack your eggs? So here's what I'm going to do. I like to do this for like special days, special holidays where I just don't bake bacon normally, like regular bacon. So typically when I bake my bacon or cook my bacon, I cook it in a sheet pan like this, but I do it not on a rack. Can anyone guess why I'm using a rack today? So normally I put it directly on the sheet pan. No for trash. Okay. So why am I putting it on a baking sheet? Does anyone have an idea? What do you guys think I'm going to do? Okay. Let me do something else now. What are your guys' thoughts? Now notice too, when I cook, I always have one hand clean, one hand dirty. This is the hand that touched the bacon. So I've learned how to work with one hand so I don't get myself dirty. So I don't have to contaminate anything else. Perfect. This is what you learn in the restaurant business, pretty much. You learn how to multitask with multiple hands. Okay. Now I'm gonna wrap this up. Perfect. And that's all I need. Now I can put this away, then I'm gonna wash my hand. So I can explain to you what I'm gonna do next. To catch the grease. So yes, it is to catch the grease, but also keep in mind, I already baked bacon. I normally bake bacon on a sheet pan. So when I bake bacon on a sheet pan, I don't have a rack. The reason why I am going to be using a rack today is because someone said rub. The real MC said rub. Yes, I'm going to be creating a bacon rub, which means I'm going to be adding something to it, and there's going to be some sweetness into it. And what happens is when you bake sugar, it burns, especially when you have a lot of fat. Okay, bacon has a lot of fat, so what this allows, it allows when I cook, like this is brown sugar. When I add this to this bacon, it allows the brown sugar to melt but fall into the bottom of the pan. And you'll see after I cook the bacon, the bottom of the pan will be burnt, but the bacon will not be. So it helps keep the bacon nice. Okay, so here's the thing: when you do your own like bacon rub, I call it a bacon rub. Do what you want. I looked at my pantry. I found this seasoning I've had for like a year, and I don't really use it. It's a Arizona Hatch dry chili mix. It's a mixture of dry chilies of Hatch chilies. So I have brown sugar in here. I'm gonna mix this up. So it's gonna be a sweet and spicy, okay? I also had a little bit of everything seasoning bagel. Look at it, literally, just a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of everything seasoning bagel. Then all I'm gonna do is mix it up with one of my spoons. Actually, it's probably better mix it with my hand. And then I am just gonna season the bacon on each one. Now, I don't want to put too much though, because here's the thing: you still want to taste the bacon, and you also don't want too much sugar. So, because it will caramelize and burn. So my kids actually like to do this. One of my daughters does this every now and then for herself too, when she wants to feel like a little fancy. So when you season anything, always season high, because when it spreads evenly. If I was to go low, it will only season that little part right there. So always season high, okay? Anytime you're seasoning, if you want to spread evenly. So this is just a simple mixture of brown sugar, some chili powder that I have that is Hatch chili, and I threw in a little bit of everything's bagel seasoning. I've done this with thyme, the herb. I've done this with oregano. I've done this with cumin. I mean, you could kind of do whatever you want. I've done this with just maple syrup. But you just gotta be careful on how much sweetness you put in there because you don't want it to burn. So if you look, there's still a lot of sugar in here. I will save this for some other time. If you can see right now, it's not fully covered because the point is I still want to have the taste of bacon, right? And the reason why I'm gonna cook it in my oven too is because it cooks evenly. So the foil will help catch the bacon fat and it'll help prevent everything from my bottom of the tray from burning. And the rack prevents the bacon from getting burnt. So what I'm gonna do, put it in here, set a timer for, I'm gonna do 15 minutes right now. We'll check it in 15 minutes to see what it's like. Okay? Then let's get back to the French toast batter. So I have my 4 egg yolks. I have 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of milk. So I'm just gonna pour this in here. And yeah, so good morning, Cielo. How you doing? So what's going on? Ziploc bags are better. Big Ziploc bags are better for what? What are Ziplocs better for? So what's going on? What are you guys excited for when it comes to Christmas? What is it? If you celebrate Christmas, what are you excited for? Or for the holiday season, what are you excited for? Let me know, chat. I'd appreciate it. Okay, I am going to add some cinnamon powder to this mixture. Awesome. Okay, then I actually going to add some orange zest. If you've never put orange zest or grapefruit zest into your French toast, try it, please. Does it matter what the side of the aluminum foil? It does. I just use the side that I prefer is best, but it depends on what you're trying to do. I've never seen a big difference. So, and I came from the restaurant and hospitality business, so I never see a big difference. Um, But the way the foil is set up, the way it's set up to come out is the way you should use it. The way it like already comes out. That's my opinion. That's my preference and opinion. But doesn't mean I know everything. Um, what's the okay? The temp for the oven is at 350. Thank you for asking. That's a good question. Seeing all three of my kids and the candlelight service to go. Oh, that's awesome, Vicky. Okay, so I got cinnamon powder, got my egg yolks, got heavy cream, got milk. I got orange zest. Have any of you ever put orange zest or some type of citrus zest in your French toast? Yes or no? Next is Benlosil. Okay, Benlosil is a unrefined sugar. It is unrefined sugar. It is extremely hard. It is sugar before it has been processed. And the taste is like molasses and caramel at the same time. So I'm actually gonna use this. I'll grate this in there. Lemon zest, okay. Okay, I use orange extract, use lemon zest. Nope. You should try it. It actually adds a nice little burst. What's up, Cooking with Country? Have any of you guys ever worked with Benlosil? So this will automatically add a nice molasses and caramel. How do you say it? Caramel or caramel? Caramel or caramel? How do you guys say it? It grates. It's a really rough product. Yes. That's music instrument. Yeah, it is. It can be. I could probably join a band. Caramel. Okay. I'm making your dish you made yesterday, but the pasta is not rice. Okay, cool. Cool. You can usually find it in a Mexican grocery store or in the Latin market or the Latin aisle of your grocery store. That's where I would recommend going. Okay. It's just great. It's very hard. So, but it's amazing. Now, what I like to do, I use this to also make a coffee called Cafe de Olla. That's delicious to make. You know what? I realized I could show you guys how to make that one day in one of my lives. So I have a way that I make it in my coffee pot. I just realized I can show you that. Do you guys like Cafe de Olla? Has anyone ever had Cafe de Olla? Caramel. Cool, perfect. There you go. I'm gonna just do that. Put that to the side. So it melts amazing, but it takes a long time to melt too. So keep that in mind. And let me check out my potatoes. No, sorry, never had it. Would like to say. Okay, cool. Yeah, I would try. I'll try to do that. It's a very great Mexican coffee. It has a lot of spice. It's perfect for the winter season. Now every recipe is different, right? It has Benlosil. It has vanilla, star anise or star anise, depending on how you pronounce it. Cloves. There's a lot of other recipes. A lot of cinnamon. So there's a lot of things in there. So it's really good. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is beat this up. But I forgot I need to add some vanilla extract. So let me get the vanilla extract. Woo! Of course, I dropped the fork in. Has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened to you where you guys drop the fork in? It's fine. I'm gonna have to just get another one. Sometimes stuff like this happens, and it's okay. Vanilla extract, and so eyeball it. I put my vanilla extract in a glass bottle. For me, it's easier to pour. And now we'll go back. Beth, how are you? Get a little blender. Get a little blender for what? For doing this? I actually like this process of beating stuff up like this. It actually relaxes me. I'm not really big on buying a lot of tools that I don't need because in being in the restaurant business for so long, you learn how to use your hands and the knife, and you learn how to do so many things without needing a lot of tools. Yesterday, I made it for dinner. Oh, did you? I think the Mexican coffee would have enough seasoning. Rebecca, are you talking about the one I would make eventually? Yeah, well, I'm not making that today. If that's what you're referring to, I'll be making that eventually. Hello, Beth. How are you? Now I have to make fresh. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'll just keep mixing it up. So stuff like this, I actually enjoy. I have to eat French toast now. Yeah. Oh, the one you grated? Oh yeah, the pinot seal. Yes. So actually, that will actually be put into the that you put that into the coffee, and but there's a lot of other flavors you put in there too. This depends on your preference. If you never had cafe de olla, then it's amazing. It's a very spiced coffee, and it's delicious. And of course, you can add alcohol to it if you wanted to. And just like always, I will eventually be adding a beverage, alcohol beverage today. Okay, next is challah bread. Have you guys ever had challah bread? Who in here has had challah bread? Let me know, chat, if you've had challah bread. Have any of you ever had challah bread? Have any of you ever had challah bread? I think this is one of the best breads for French toast. It's a very thick bread. It's made with a lot of eggs. Let me show you. Now, when I cut it, I kind of like my slices the size of 2 fingers. It's not necessarily, it's not sweet. It's not a sweet bread, but I like to try to do my bread based off of two sides of the finger. Now, this part is not going to be something I'm going to use for French toast. But if you know me, I'm going to use this to make croutons. Okay, so I'm going to do two slices, about two sides of my finger. There you go. Another two sizes of 2 of my fingers. Perfect. I'm just eyeballing it. Always use a bread knife if possible. But the reason why this bread is good for like the French toast, it doesn't have a lot of big holes in it, so it actually helps absorb the batter a lot. So this is what challah is meant for. Is it more of a spongy bread? I don't want to say spongy. I mean, it is dense. It's really dense. It's very dense. It's actually part of the Jewish culture community. So it is a bread that tends to be used in a lot of Jewish culture in food. I actually love the bread. So if you cannot get this bread, now it's challah, but it's CH. That's how it begins. If you can't get this bread, the next bread I would recommend is using a brioche bread. And if you can't get a brioche bread, then next would be like a Texas bread, like a Texas toast bread, where it's nice and thick. You want a thick bread to help absorb the batter, okay? Now I'm going to wrap this up. Keep my bread fresh. Use this later. And give me 1 second while I clean up. If you see my lives, I'm always cleaning as I go. It's just something I have to do. If I don't do it, it's going to bother me. I need always a clean kitchen, but that's also what you learn in the restaurant business. You learn how to always remain clean while you're cooking. When you're having to serve over 400 people in 3 hours, you still have to stay clean. It's just part of the game. Challah, yes. Challah, yes. CH, yeah, that's it. It's not a Hawaiian roll. It looks like it. I can see it looks like that, but it has a lot of egg in it too. So, but it's not sweet. It's not sweet at all, but it is very savory. It's something I love. Yes, okay. Call Me Birdie says challah bread is scrumptious. So yes, so she's had it before. Awesome. I'm gonna check on my potatoes. They are still needing some time to cook. Let's check on my berries. So let's look at this now. They are getting macerated now. If you recall, see how nice and juicy that's getting now? It's getting nice and juicy. So this is just taking time. This will be part of a topping that I will use eventually, okay? Next would be me checking on my potatoes again. I'm going to see how much, I need to gauge the time, so give me a moment. It's getting a little softer, but not yet. But absolutely, I worked in many, oh, did you? Awesome, cool. So if you've had challah bread before, can you give me a thumbs up? I want to see who has had it before. And now, if you notice, it was braided. So you can have challah bread in many ways, but when it was baked, it was braided. In Arizona, where I live at, we use the challah bread, and it's from a company called Choppin, and their history dates from New York. Okay, we got a few people. I've only had the braided. Yes, okay. So I've seen some that are not braided, but the braided ones is a really nice presentation. And if you're just tuning in right now, I'm using the challah bread to make French toast. So that is my goal right now. Brioche is an amazing bread too to use. Brioche is a French bread that has a lot of butter in it, where challah bread has more egg in it. So They're both great. They're both dense. They're both nice to have. Just depends on your preference. Let me put this away. And is it time for cocktail time? I wonder that. What do you guys think? Do you think it's time for cocktail time? Is it too early to drink? That's what I want to know. What do you think? Is it too early to drink? Give me a thumbs up if it's too early to drink, or give me a thumbs down if it's not. Go ahead, hold it backwards. Give me a thumbs up if it's perfect time to drink. Give me a thumbs down if it's too early to drink. Nope, not too early. Never. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Awesome. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. The drink I am gonna do, it's a play off an old school cocktail. I'm calling it a Minty Wonderland. Minty Wonderland. Based on the word minty, what do you think I'm gonna be making? What do you think I'm gonna be making today? Can anyone guess what I'll be making? Find your inner Jimmy Buffett. I like that. Awesome. Find your inner Jimmy Buffett. Based on the fact that it is a grasshopper. That is correct. Not a mojito. It's not a mojito. It's a grasshopper. Who in here? Becky's ass. Becky got it right. Real MC got it right. Who's here had a grasshopper before? It's an old school cocktail. It's not necessarily even Christmas related, but the fact that it has mint, I'm gonna make it Christmas related. So I'm calling it a Minty Wonderland. So let me get my mise en place together. Getting my mise en place means getting everything I need in order to make the drink. I have my strainer, my other strainer, my jigger, and checking my potatoes. We can make sure they don't get to a point where I need them to be soft. Okay, so my potatoes are done. We're going to put the cocktail on hold for a second. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking for when it comes to my potatoes. I want to be able to put my fork in just a tiny bit. I don't want them mush. I'm not making mashed potatoes. Okay, I want to just be able to put my fork in there just a tiny bit, so that when I cook my potatoes in my stainless steel pan, they cook properly. So give me 1 second while I pour this right here. I'm gonna strain my potatoes this way. This is the way I strain my potatoes. I hold all the potatoes back, and it's less mess. I'm not having to deal with all that dirty stuff. Is it close to a mudslide? No, not at all. I would not say at all. Because a mudslide, I mean, it depends on your preference, but no, it's a simple cocktail. You'll see it in a few moments. If you like mint and chocolate, it's an amazing cocktail, okay? Okay, I have my stainless steel pan on. I have bacon fat in here. And I am going to use some bacon fat. I keep my own bacon fat in a jar when I want to use it. So I'm going to drop the bacon fat. Does anyone else store their own bacon fat? Gentlemen, I will tell you this. I have tried making a bacon fat cologne. It doesn't work that well. The dogs love you, but that's only people who love you. So don't learn from me. Bacon fat cologne doesn't work for everyone, okay? Okay. Now I'm gonna add my potatoes in. You hear that sear? That's a good sound. That's a good sound of a sear. Your pan was hot enough. Hopefully on your guys' side you can hear the sear. And then what I'm gonna do is mix it up real quick so it can get the bacon fat over the potatoes. Most important thing is I'm gonna leave it alone for about 5 to 10 minutes, because what I need to happen, I need the crust to build on those potatoes. That's gonna be really important right now, is allowing the crust to build. My bacon might be ready, so we need to check the bacon. Nope, needs more time. So here's what the bacon looks like right now. Okay, still need more time. But the sugar is melting, which is a good sign, okay? I am going to turn up the heat just a tiny bit. I'm going from 350 to 365. And I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. So what I'm at a point right now, I'm going to check my bacon every 5 minutes. The reason why, in a matter of a few minutes, that bacon can burn really quick because of the sugar. So to be safe, I will check my bacon frequently, okay? So let's go back to the cocktail. Here's what you do. First, you grab this, go like this, perfect. Then you grab your jiggers and your liquor. So this is called creme de cacao white. It's white chocolate, pretty much. It's creme de cacao, just clear. Okay, it tastes just like chocolate. I'm gonna do 2 ounces of this. Okay, this is a really complicated drink. I'm being sarcastic on it. Then you take creme de menthe. This is green creme de menthe. You can buy this in a white also, or clear, I should say. And you do 2 ounces. So it's an equal portion. Okay? Equal portion. Then, depending on how thick you like it, I like half and half with this. Some people like heavy cream. If you like it really thick, use heavy cream. If you like it a little thinner, use half and half. If you like it extremely thin, use milk. So I figure I go right in the middle. You do double the portion. So 2 ounces. 2 ounces. Okay. Then I'm gonna put this away. I am done with that. Let me put my liquor away because I am done with the liquor. And give me 1 second while I get my hands clean. Creme de menthe. Yes, creme de menthe. Yes, do you need me to show you the bottle? Call me Birdie. Did you need me to show you the bottle? I see you have a question. Is that a question? Is there a dark chocolate version? I mean, if you can find a dark chocolate liqueur, yes, you could do that, but you would need it to be clear because of the color. Because the fact that the cream de cocoa is clear, this allows the green to shine in the cocktail. So you would need to have a clear liquor. So that's my opinion. Okay. Then now I'm gonna get some ice. Here's what we're gonna do. Cool. Ice fell on the floor. Okay. No, it's just fun to say. Oh, okay, perfect. No problem. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure there's because sometimes people want to know what I'm doing. That's all. Okay. Add my ice in here. Cool. Okay. Shake it up. Okay. Inside my fridge is a glass that's already been chilled. So that's something you want to always do in advance is have your glass chilled. Now, if you don't have time to chill your glass, what you can do is take a glass, fill up with ice and cold water. Then what you can do with that is drink it. Well, actually, no, drink it. You have your glass full of ice and cold water. Then you empty out the water. And then your glass will be cold. It just needs about a good minute. Okay, perfect. Here's what I'm going to do now. See how the glass is cold? It's showing my fingerprints. Because it's been in my fridge for about 2 hours. So, use a double strainer. One is to hold back the ice. The other one is just to make it more consistent. So I'll give you an actual view of what it happens, the way it looks. And it's a beautiful color. So look at that color, perfect portion. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you what I do, what I like to do. And I should have probably done this before, but I am going to grab this, and I need to grab a couple other things because I'm going to actually make a whipped cream to put on top of it. Do you guys like what? Do you guys like whipped cream? Do you like whipped cream? Let me know. Yes or no, do you like whipped cream? Let me find a container. Yes, yes. Do you guys make your own whipped cream? Do any of you make your own whipped cream? Because I actually had to ask my daughter if I can borrow her hand mixer. I'm checking on my macerated berries right now. I had to ask her if I can borrow her mixer because I have a KitchenAid, but I don't like to use it that much. Okay, let's check the bacon now. Bacon still needs a little more time. Okay, so I'm gonna do another 5 minutes because you want to make sure the bacon doesn't get burnt. Okay, and let me check one of the potatoes in the middle. So what I'm doing instead of moving every potato, all I did was reach into the middle of the pan to see what one of them looks like. This one potato tells me how everything is. It's telling me that they need a little more time. So leave them alone, okay? That's the most important thing. Now, I'm gonna do two different types of whipped cream, okay? Two different types of whipped cream. This is just for the cocktail, okay? So I'm gonna show you the hard way, then the easy way, okay? Because I'm a glutton for punishment, if that's the term, I think, right? So what I'm gonna do is get some powdered sugar. Now I have to make sure I know which one powdered sugar is. Let me tell you about a story. Okay, this powdered sugar. There was one time I made biscuits and gravy on a Sunday morning, and I didn't realize I accidentally grabbed the wrong thing. So let me explain to you what I did. In our house, we're too lazy to label which one's flour, which one's powdered sugar. So guess what happened when I made biscuits and gravy one day? I kept trying to figure out, why does my gravy taste sweet? And I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, what's going on here? So yeah. My metal bowl is a little chilled already. Yeah, so my biscuits and gravy, let's put it this way, my family did not have biscuits and gravy that day. So, unfortunately. But it's just one of those things where it's just what it is, what it is. My mother put baking soda on my French toast. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, I don't feel that bad. But so here's the thing. If you would have saw me that day cooking, now, thankfully I wasn't live. Thankfully I wasn't live. Because what happened, I kept trying to make this, and I kept trying to doctor it up and change it. I'm adding like all this stuff to it, like more salt, more pepper. I'm even trying to add garlic powder. I'm adding whatever I can find, and I couldn't figure out. Then eventually, it hit me when I looked up and I was like, I know exactly what I did. So, and of course I had to explain it to my daughter who does all the baking, because it was, it's her powdered sugar pretty much. So before blenders, or before automatic blenders and whisk and all that, 100 years ago, this is how we used to do things. Back in my day. No, not my day, but you know what I mean, right? I see we're at 17.4 tap. Let's see if we get to 25. Have any of you ever done whipped cream like this before? Have any of you tried making whipped cream like this before? I know, they didn't have it back in my day. That's right. Has anyone ever done this before? Where you whip it by hand, old school? Now it's getting thicker. I don't know if you can see on your side, but it is getting thicker. Yeah. So you can smell it. It's very aromatic because of everything that's in it. I can smell the vanilla. I have a timer for the bacon. I think I do. I still have 2 minutes, but thank you. I appreciate it. 2 minutes. I appreciate the user. Also, egg whites. Yes, you can do egg whites. So egg whites like this, it's used to make a batter for a chili relleno. So yeah, that's also something you can also do too. Getting thicker. It's very labor. So we use forks. Okay. Yes, forks is another option. I have a blender. So I've never put. You mean like a hand blender? Is that what you have? So here's the thing. This is where I say in the restaurant business, you learn things, because what happens in the restaurant business on the perfect day when you're serving so many customers and you have so many reservations, everything fails and everything will break. Your blender will break. All your mixers are going to go down. You're not going to have electricity for a little bit. You need to make whipped cream. Like you learn how to be resourceful. So let me check it. Not stiff yet, but it's getting thicker. Okay, I'm gonna check out my bacon real quick. The bacon's almost ready. Hey, Jen Vex, how you doing? Let's see what it looks like. And I'm gonna check my potatoes. Hold on. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me now? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Something happened to my phone. Okay, still needs a little more time. I'm gonna do another 5 minutes. I'm gonna do another 5 minutes. If you can hear me, okay, perfect. Good. So because I am cooking the bacon on the rack, it does take longer because it's not directly on the sheet pan. That would cook the bacon quicker. I am trying to make sure that the sugar does not burn. I can turn up the temperature more and more, but then I'm risking the chance of it actually burning. So I'm trying not to do that. Okay, getting a little thicker, but not there yet. And then soon we'll start working on the French toast. French toast doesn't take a long time. I'm glitchy now. So if you're glitchy, what I would recommend, if you can, step out for a second, then come back in. I would recommend that if you're able to. Okay, it's getting thicker. It's getting thicker. User, thank you for the follow. So I want to let you know, you guys are, if you're not already knowing, you're tuning to FoodTok TV. We are the longest running daily live cooking show. We've been going strong since 2021. My name is Benjamin. The show you're watching is Chopping Up with Father. I go live every Thursday. This evening, my Thursday buddy is Trini. She'll be live later at 7 p.m. Central. So every day, Monday through Friday, there's 2 shows. Saturday, there's also 2 shows. And on Sunday, there is 1 show in the evening. If this is your first time seeing FoodTok TV, can you let us know in the chat? If this is your first time seeing us on FoodTok TV, let us know in the chat, please. We need some beat it. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, it's getting thicker. Look, it's getting thicker. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, yeah, thank you, Becky. Appreciate that. Okay. Perfect. Look at that. Thick. There we go. Whipped cream. What do you guys think? First time, Brooks. Thank you. Whipped cream. Okay. Awesome. Now what I do? I'm going to show you what I do next. Okay. Then I'm actually going to, I was looking for some chocolate. I didn't have any like chocolate that I had in my house, like for like chocolate bars. I literally got some of my daughter's like chocolate, like little, you know, whatever, you know, little chocolate from chocolate cookies. I'm going to grate this chocolate on it. Perfect. So here's the cocktail. Look at this now. So there's your cocktail with whipped cream. There you go. Oh, I don't know if there was any Halloween candy. If there was any Halloween candy, I didn't know where it was at. So I had to try to. I thought about it last minute. I should have thought about this in advance. Okay, let me check my breakfast potatoes. They're starting to get nice and cooked. Let me clean up a little bit so I'll get everything ready. Let me get rid of my whipped cream right here because I am going to need to make more whipped cream. But so I want to show you the hard way to make it. Then I want to show you the easy way.
Sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, it's okay.
Good morning, Benjamin.
No.
I really appreciate that.
Sometimes she gets confusing. So now let me get a different bowl. For my other whipped cream. So this is regular whipped cream. Now we're going to do another different type of whipped cream that I'll be doing. This is another set of heavy cream. And I'll be using the actual mixer in a little bit. Okay. And now let's start working on the French toast because it's getting closer to the end of the show. And what I'm going to do is bring you guys over here so you can actually see me work over here. I'm going to turn my light on over here. And here's what we're going to do. I like to show you guys exactly everything I'm doing. So you guys get a bird's eye view of everything, okay? Not a problem. Be right back. Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Now, here's what I do. Have my batter here. Have everything here, okay? So I have my bread right here, my batter right here, my pan right here. I'm going to get some butter ready to put in the pan for when it's time. And then what we're going to do, and my bacon's going to go off in about 7 seconds. Let's see what it looks like. Hold on. Let me make sure the timer goes off correctly. It actually is looking better. Now At this point, I'm going to say another 5 minutes, and that should be the last 5 minutes, hopefully. But, okay, here's what I do. I want to make sure that it's still mixed up. We're going to give another little mix right here, okay? Okay. And I'm going to put that right there. Okay, put it in there for about a good 10 to 20 seconds. This is a very thick piece of bread, so I want it to absorb the batter well, okay? And I'm going to just move the butter around, okay? And to make sure I don't have to keep washing my hands, it's just for washing my hands purposes. I am going to wear a glove, because sometimes this prevents me from having to wash my hands frequently, okay? My potatoes are getting nice and crispy, so let me work on that. And then I'm going to flip it. Here's how we do this. Do another 10 seconds, 20 seconds, depending on your bread. Now, if you're using a very thick bread, you would not be able to do it this long, okay? You're making a custard pretty much inside the French toast. This type of bread can handle this, okay? Get rid of as much as you can. Drop it in there. Okay, next batch. Who else does French toast like this? Do any of you guys do something like this similar when it comes to your French toast? Do you do something like this similar, yes or no? And I see that we're at 22.9 tap to see if we get to 25 in the next 5 minutes. Trini does? Awesome. I do? Okay, good. So what's really cool, I don't know if you can see it right now, but you can see the orange zest. Can you guys see the orange zest? The little orange zest sticking out? I don't know if you guys can see that on your side. Okay. Now I have a pen that's really big that can handle all of this. So that's really important. It's an important thing too. You got to make sure you pick your pan out in advance. So this is called, this is also getting your mise en place in order. Making sure you have a pan that can handle this. So this is where I say in the restaurant business, you learn how to cook with multiple hands. You got to learn how to do multiple things, be resourceful with every hand possible. Okay, then I'm going to flip this, then we are going to be done with this batter. This bowl is almost done. I actually probably will save this batter so I can make French toast tomorrow probably. So my kids will like that if I can make some French toast probably tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay, now the way I take my gloves off, because look, my hands are drippy. I put my hand down and I go like this so that if anything falls, it falls into there, okay? So I'm not having to clean my wall. So that's the way I do it. And now what I am going to do, I try to use the orange next time. Oh yeah, you should, definitely. Or you can use grapefruit zest. You could use lemon zest. I am going to wrap this, put this in my fridge because I can reuse this. There's no reason for me to get rid of all of this amazing flavor. So that's all I'm doing right now. And here we go. So let me put this away. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, because we're getting closer to the end, so I'm going to move you back over here so that you can see me, because we're getting closer to the end. I'm going to have to be moving quick. Bacon's about to come out right now. So what I need to do with my bacon, I need to grab a plate. I need to grab some paper towels to put my bacon on. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put it on a paper towel plate. There's a reason why. Because the sugar will stick to the paper towel. So the reason I have it on the rack is so that it dries, it keeps it crisp automatically. Well, thank you, Rizard. I appreciate that. So this is the plate I'm gonna put my bacon on. And we should be there soon. Check my potatoes. So here's the thing with potatoes. You're looking for something called GBD, golden brown delicious. Okay, you want that golden brown delicious. So if you look at my potatoes, they're nice and crispy on the inside. They are soft on the. They're nice and crispy on the outside. They're soft on the inside like a baked potato. Part of the reason they're like that is because I did a parboil with them. Yeah, Babs said it, GBD. That's right. Babs has I've had the pleasure to help teach Babs how to cook. Now, I will take this a moment to also let you guys know, I'm gonna put it in the chat. This is my account. If you're not already following me, please make sure you are. I go live 5 to 6 days a week. I'm actually in the process of working on a training program to help teach people how to cook. I think we all have a different purpose in life. I think there's a lot of people who teach great recipes, which is fine. I want to actually, my concept is a little different. I feel I teach people how to cook, and I want to help inspire people to cook, and then help inspire you to create your own recipes. Okay, so now I'm going to slowly take this off. It is full of the caramel. So I'll show you in a little bit why I use this. Thank you for whoever did that. Zoraida, thank you. I appreciate that. So if I was to put this on a paper towel, the sugar would stick to the paper towel. So that's the reason why I'm not using a paper towel. Okay. And what I need to do right now, I'm gonna be multitasking. Okay. So you gotta forgive me. Whoop, drop the potato. I need to check on what one of these looks like. Okay. It's looking good. Not ready yet, but it's looking good. Okay. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the bacon looks good. So if you're tuning in, what's on here is a mixture of, I call it a bacon rub. There's brown sugar. There is a chili powder with hatch chilies. I also even use everything bagel seasoning. I just literally went in my pantry, see what I can use, and I just sprinkled it on top. So by putting on this rack, it allowed the bacon to cook and not get burnt by the sugar and the caramel. So, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Okay, so here's the bacon. It's nice and caramelized. If you look at the pan right here, you see how there's burnt parts on the bottom? If I would have put the bacon directly on the pan, we would have a lot of burnt bacon because that sugar would have burnt so much. Okay, and that's not what we're going for. Am I right? It's not what we're going for. Sorry, I'm cleaning up my mess that I made. Okay, let me move this pan out of the way. Okay, sorry people. I don't mean to be away from the screen. I just have to move the pan real quick. Okay, check out the potatoes. Those are almost done. Got my bacon. Okay, my macerated berries. Macerated berries are almost done. Pour me container. So if you look at this now, look at the syrup. It's nice caramelized. It's not necessarily caramelized, but it's a nice syrup. And all that's in here is mashed up berries, sugar, and an orange liqueur with the cognac. Okay, now my potatoes are getting close to being seasoned. To make the potatoes extra crispy, I'm gonna add a little bit of butter. The butter will help make it a little crispy. I'm gonna turn off my stove because I don't need it no more. Perfect. I'm gonna flip these, check these out. That one still needs a little more time. This one's perfect. I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like in a few moments because what you're seeing looks really good. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be with you guys in a few moments. Okay, let's look at the French toast. So if you can see the French toast right now, can you see that nice color? That's a really good sign. You want that nice crisp color, okay? If you guys can see that, can you give me a thumbs up? If you can see that, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, salt my potatoes. Okay, one thing with breakfast potatoes, the best time to season them is at the end of cooking. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, okay, paprika for color, okay, onion powder, okay, a little bit of cumin. If you don't like cumin, don't use it. But cumin's very strong, so that's why I use a little bit. Mix it up. Okay, keep it on a low heat. Let the potatoes get nice and crispy. And look at that. That's doing this thing. Okay, now we're going to go back over here, which will allow me to do a little bit cleanup. What temp? Okay, the bacon. Okay, so the type of bacon I made was at 350 degrees. I did bring it up to 365. It cooked for about 40 minutes, but it's because I cooked it on the rack. The rack takes heat away. So I had to cook it on the rack because I didn't want the bacon to get burnt. Now, if you're just cooking bacon on a sheet tray, no rack, it'll take you like 20 minutes to make the bacon. But because I had sugar in the bacon, I needed to make sure that the bacon will not get burned. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, now it is time to make whipped cream the easy way. Okay, now the easy way. You've seen the hard way. Now we're gonna make it the easy way. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna add some powdered sugar to heavy cream. Okay, we're into this. Whip it real good. Sorry if it's a little too loud. What is it? Could you do it under broiler if you watch? It would burn. It would burn too quick. I would not recommend it. I would not recommend the broiler. That's a great question, but I would not recommend it. My opinion. Okay, I'm gonna take a break real quick. Check on the rest of the French toast. Nice color. Nice color. Needs a little more time. Needs a little more time. But it's looking good though. Okay. But that's a good question though. Okay. Here's where it's gonna get a little weird. Espresso powder. I'm gonna make an espresso whipped cream. Okay. This is gonna be for the French toast. So I'm not having my coffee today, so I'm gonna add my coffee to the whipped cream. Okay. Put that in there. Have any of you ever done this? An espresso whipped cream? But then I also need to add a little bit of vanilla extract. Where did I put it? Actually, it's right here. Perfect. Vanilla extract. Dash. Okay. Give me 1 second while I get my life together. My French toast is going to start being done in a few moments. Nope. Okay. That's good then. Yes, after the race, could you... Okay, but no problem. No, I did not make my own vanilla. No, I did not. Maybe one day. I've done it before. I've done it before, but sometimes I don't want to do stuff like that. I pick and choose what I like to do. It depends on what mood I'm in. Making whipped cream. It's getting thicker, but not yet. Gotta check out the potatoes. Awesome. Okay. Almost done. Almost there. I think enough time. So the thing with making whipped cream, you want to make sure you don't over whip it. It's very easy to over whip it. You can over whip it, and then you can start making butter, pretty much. Has that ever happened to you? Have any of you ever over whipped cream and mixed butter? any of you ever done that before, where you actually make butter accidentally? Almost there. Little bit. It looks pretty thick. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm happy with that. We'll take these off. Or don't tell anyone. Tastes really good. You made butter, but not whipped cream. You made butter? Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, let's check on plating up now. Let me see if my French toast is ready. One is. Trini, you hear the song? Or no? I don't think the music's loud enough. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is work on cutting my French toast. Okay. And then let me put my whipped cream in a bowl. Okay. Awesome. Grab a knife. Okay. Almost done. Okay. Have a nice plate. I'm just going to randomly put it in places that make no sense, because when I decorate it, that's where it's going to make sense. Okay. And let me check the last pieces. Those are good. Take it off the heat so I don't burn anything. And grab a bowl for the potatoes. Of course, I dropped the potato. Dropping too many potatoes. Not worth it. I was trying to be, the pan's, the bowl's not big enough for the pan, so I was trying to be lazy, but that's what happens sometimes when you're lazy. Cool. That's good enough there. Okay. So here's how I'm going to plate my French toast. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to take some of my berries. Now, to add to it is a little bit of this, a little trick. If you like cinnamon and you like powdered sugar on your French toast, let me show you something you can do. Okay. I am going to put some, I have powdered sugar in here. I'm going to take some cinnamon. And what I'm going to do is put it in a strainer. Now it's a cinnamon powdered sugar. Perfect. So now I will take the time to show you guys what everything looks like. Okay? Give me 1 second because I am done now after I put this in a dish. Cool. Okay. I'm going to get this cleaned up. The goal is to make sure you don't step on the potatoes that fell on the floor. Cool. Okay. Here's everything we were able to do in 1 hour and 4 minutes. Okay. Here we go, people. Okay. Simple breakfast potatoes. This is for Christmas breakfast morning. Actually, hold on real quick. So what I did today, if you're tuning in, this was to show you what I'm probably going to be doing this Christmas morning. Simple breakfast, but it'd be for bigger portions. I want to say thank you for watching this live. If you haven't already, follow me on right here. It says "What Up, Homies." Take the time to follow me. I would appreciate it. I go live 5 to 6 days a week. I'm actually working on a training program where I would teach people how to cook. Now, I'm not saying people don't know how to cook, but with coming from the restaurant business, there's a lot of skills and knowledge I have to help teach you, maybe even help you do with shortcuts. So look for that coming soon, okay? But thank you for following, and thank you for following us, San Francisco. But my name is Benjamin, and let's talk about what we did today. So we have a Christmas French toast that it was with a challah bread, and there's also macerated blueberries, and there's espresso whipped cream, simple breakfast potatoes, I would call it a bacon rub that has a mixture of brown sugar, also has, this is what it pretty much has, Arizona Hatch chili powder, and also I use everything seasoning bagel, literally. Then, this is the espresso whipped cream that's in here. Espresso whipped cream. The reason you can tell it's espresso is because it has a darker tone to it. Like here, look at, here's the regular whipped cream I made. Can you see the difference in color? Regular whipped cream, espresso whipped cream. Here is your Winter Wonderland cocktail, which is the Grasshopper with whipped cream on top and chocolate. And here's the macerated berries. So I want to say thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope everyone has an amazing day. And I will be going live, doing a cleanup live if you guys want to come join me in a little bit. But otherwise, take care. Have a good day.